Individuals have already been charged, with 100 more projected in the coming days. But with federal officials estimating that as many as 800 people likely entered the Capitol on that day, that means about 300 people who participated might not ultimately face any charges. Joining me now is investigative reporter for NBC4 in Washington, D.C., Scott MacFarlane. Scott, great to have you back with us. So walk us through some of the latest arrests related to the January 6th insurrection.
Yeah, Eamon, good afternoon. They really have moved the goalposts here, the feds have, increasing by 100 the number of likely arrests. They have a tonnage of cases, but they also say they have a tonnage of evidence. Nearly 250,000 tips received so far, thousands of phones to go through, thousands of videos to go through. And they're saying all this because they're asking the court for more time to process the cases, to move some of the deadlines. And that doesn't count all of the new arrests over the past 48 hours. Let's talk about Robert Chapman from Dutchess County, New York, the Hudson Valley. The feds arrested him, saying he was in the Capitol January 6th. But what's more, they say he bragged about it to a woman on the Bumble dating app, telling her, quote, "I did storm the Capitol, made it all the way to Statuary Hall." They say they have police body camera video showing Chapman in the Capitol that day as well. There's Matthew Martin of Santa Fe, New Mexico. The feds say not only did he wear a bright red Trump mask on January 6th at the Capitol, they say he wore a coat that day. The same coat he wore days later for his interview with the FBI, with his defense lawyer next to him. He's charged, too. A Northern Virginia man arrested just a short while ago, and that doesn't count the old arrests that are coming back into court. Michael Curzio of Florida, one of the first arrested on lower charges of unlawful entry and unlawful protesting. He, the feds say, wasn't violent January 6th, but a judge just ordered Curzio held in jail pending trial because of his past. The feds say he was once arrested for attempted murder, has a Nazi tattoo, and was once a member of a white supremacist prison gang. So, Eamon, you have these cases piling up, and next week we're going to have to watch closely. A lot of defendants go before judges to ask to be released from jail. Interesting to see how many are released. We'll watch them and, of course, report back to you.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate that. But let me ask you about two defendants who are charged with assaulting Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick, who later died of natural causes. They're expected in court again next Tuesday. One of them, Julian Cater, filed a motion this week seeking release from jail. Bring us up to speed on their cases.
Of the 400 people charged so far, 2 and only 2 are accused of attacking fallen officer Sicknick. That's Julian Cater, he's from State College, Pennsylvania, and George Tanyos from Morgantown, West Virginia. They allegedly used a chemical spray against police, temporarily blinding 3 officers, scarring another, and overwhelming Officer Sicknick, according to the feds. And they're going to be in court Tuesday morning to ask for their release from jail. As you mentioned, the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner for D.C. ruled Officer Sicknick's death to be natural causes. We've been going back and forth with the lawyers for these 2 men. They're not going to say what the defense will be. We'll see if it comes up during their hearing on Tuesday. Back to you.
All right, Scott MacFarlane live in Washington, D.C. for us. Scott.